It's been a really satisfying afternoon for the Bucks. They've beaten Boston United 1-0 in National League North this afternoon to climb to 6th in the table. I have manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, I imagine you're pretty happy about that performance. Pretty much everything went right, I think.
Yeah, I think we earned it. You know, I don't think things just go right for the sake of it. I think we speak about earning the right, and what we're doing now is we're finding the identity of what we're about, and that's evolving each week. But you know, for the fourth game on a trot, I think our performances have been magnificent.
Sure. Had to make a couple of changes today with Daniel Udo out. Obviously, Andre Brown came into the side. Suspension for Ellis Deeney, I gather, as well, which was James Quilkin came in, but no discernible sort of like change in the performance, really.
There was a few people, you know, questioning it to me and saying, you know, with these two out, what's it going to be like today? But I've just got real faith in my players. You know, I don't think there'll be many managers in the league who've got the luxury of, you know, Ellis Deeney's out suspended and I get to bring in a player the quality of James McQuilkin. You know, so I'm really lucky like that. And similarly with Daniel, and you get to bring Andre Brown in. So I feel very fortunate, you know, as a manager, and it certainly didn't concern me in any way whatsoever. So they've given me a real problem now, because going into next week I've got real selection headaches. I'm sure, you know, someone's going to be disappointed along the line, but as a group, you know, we're together, and we understand that there's a pathway that we're going on. I mean, look at today, you know, the back three have just been absolutely magnificent, and the one celebrating the goal with me is Dom Smith, you know, and that, he sums us up. He's the player that sums us up in our character. So yeah, it's a good place to be at the moment, but we don't get too excited when things are going well, and we certainly won't get too down if the odd result doesn't go our way.
Sure, and it's about maintaining those levels of performance now, isn't it? I guess they're setting standards that you want them to keep.
Yeah, well, we like I say, our identity is evolving every week, you know, and I think this is another week that shows that. You know, out of possession, I just thought we were, you know, completely dominant. And in possession, we've got quality and abundance, and that's what they're capable of. So you know, that was my challenge to them at half time. Can they maintain that level of performance? And they went out and did it, and you know, we won 1-0, but I think it could have been a couple more, couldn't it?
I think it could, yeah. I mean, a clean sheet as well, so it's the first one for a while. I mean, is that sort of pleasing to you as a defender?
Talking to me
by
Rich,
trade,
you know,
yeah.
That was what I lived for, and you know, we could win 5-1, and I couldn't talk to anyone in the shower because we conceded. You know, I was that type of player. It wasn't nice to be around when we conceded goals, and you know, similarly the lads in there haven't enjoyed it. But you know, as a defender, you pride yourself on those clean sheets, of course, but it's about the result at the end of the day. You know, so if you're winning, you know, 6-5, who cares? You know, and I know people will say about goal difference and such, but it's about winning games. And I understand that people say that we need to keep more clean sheets, but you know, with that performance from the back three today, I say back three. You know, Steph Morley and Henry Cowan's play a massive part in that. So does Josh. I mean, all over the pitch for that matter. I thought we defend from the front. You know, we press very high, and we commit to it, and that's testament to the players because they trust in that process. You know, and I go on about it a lot, but trust the process is our saying. We drive it. The players are now driving it, and that's what's bringing us success.
Sure, made a difference. Obviously, getting ahead in the game as well, and taking advantage when you were on top. And that's not always been the case, has it?
No, it goes both ways, doesn't it? Because I think, you know, psychology and mentality play a lot at this level. You know, and what happens when a team at this level go 1-0 up? They've got something to lose. So which way do they go? Do they panic and, you know, they understand that the opposition have got nothing to lose, so they come on? So we spoke about that at half time and just said, look, you know, it's not that the opposition have got nothing to lose, so they should come on strong and we should sit back. If anything, we've got something to protect. And that was our mentality, you know, and that was our mentality last week against Alfreton. You know, we went down to 10 men, we get on the front foot, and I thought we did that again today, and these lads commit to it. You know, they commit to it, and they're efficient, and they're reliable, and I can't ask any more from that performance today other than just to maybe be a little bit more clinical at times.
Sure, and just as a comment, Ryan Barnett coming in on loan from Shrewsbury Town, you 1-0 up, probably only about 15 minutes or so left, but didn't have any doubts about putting an 18-year-old into that position?
No, I think, is he 19 now?
Something like that, yeah.
18, 19. No, I don't bring in anyone who can't play. You know, like I said, every member of my squad now, or our squad should I say, can go and play on the pitch. You know, and there's squads in this league that, you know, with much bigger budgets than us, and they've got 14, 15 players that they know they can play, and then the odd one that they're a gamble. We've got no gambles. You know, look at Zach Lilly. Zach Lilly was probably our gamble. He played against Chorley and was arguably man of the match. You know, yeah, right, didn't go his way at Curzon, but he came in against York and had a very, you know, astute 10 minutes before he got injured. So everybody, you know, I rely on everyone to be able to go out there and play. So he comes in ready to play. He can play out wide. He can drift in as a 10. And you know, we've got 2 wingers in the building now. So you know, with Dawes being the only winger in the squad has probably been to his detriment. You know, but now there's balance there. You know, so that's another option for us. So I'm really pleased about that.
Sure. Okay. Obviously, FC United and Manchester next week to come up,
Yeah.
and I believe it's the FA Trophy draw on Monday as well. So you find out who your opponents are in 2 weeks' time. Any particular hopes? Just a home game?
No. What will be will be. And yeah, home game would be lovely for the club and the supporters again. But what will be will be. And then yeah, we're very much focused now. I'm going to give the lads a couple of days off going into next week, just to rest and recuperate, and then because that's important to the players. But then yeah, FC United. Yeah, so good.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, one thing I just wanted to mention was again the supporters today.
Okay.
You know, absolutely magnificent. I feel really fortunate to have them behind us. And when I was very vocal, getting the job at the start, you know, I wanted everyone's backing. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone involved and the supporters as well. Those guys behind the goal who are very vocal, unbelievable, but everyone around the ground, you know. And I just want to encourage more people to come down and be a part of what we're trying to achieve here, because you know, it's good times for us, and I don't think I know that we're going to get to the level that we were before, and I think anyone who was here today will agree with me. So big thank you to everyone involved at the club.
Sure, there's a lot of positivity around, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And that's part of it.
Guys coming down this morning, you know what they did on the pitch this morning. I came the last time, but I was unable to get down this morning due to kids' commitments. But the lads this morning, they're here at 7 o'clock. The groundsmen, you know, Mick and George. This is a real community club, and now the community are starting to buy into what we're doing. So just urge more and more to come down, because you know, if they start coming down now, they'll be classed as real supporters. You know, they start doing it at the end of the season when all the glory's here, then you know, maybe they won't be. So I just urge everyone to come and be a part of what's here, because you know, I just turned to Phil and Jamie and just said, you know, look at that there, you know, you enjoying it? And they said yeah, and I said good, like, you know, I knew it was coming, and I feel like more's coming. So really pleased that everyone's on board.
Okay, that's lovely, Gavin. Thanks for your time as ever. Cheers. Thank you. And you.